You know that moment when you promise yourself, never again, and then find yourself right back where you started? That cycle of wanting to change, trying harder, failing again. It's not just about willpower. And here's what might surprise you. It's not even really about the behavior itself. Today, we're talking about something that affects millions of people, something that creates shame, isolation, and a sense of being trapped. But more importantly, we're talking about real freedom. Not the kind that requires you to white-knuckle your way through life, but the kind that actually transforms you from the inside out. See, when we talk about lust, we're really talking about a deeper hunger. It's the human heart trying to fill a God-sized void with something that was never meant to satisfy it. And that's why all our strategies of trying harder, blocking websites, or making promises usually fall short. The Apostle Paul knew this struggle intimately. In Romans 7, he writes about doing the very thing he hates and being unable to do the good he wants to do. Sound familiar? Paul wasn't talking about some minor character flaw. He was describing the human condition, the battle between our old nature and who God calls us to be. But here's where it gets hopeful. Paul doesn't leave us stuck in Romans 7. Chapter 8 opens with these powerful words, "Therefore, there is now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus." This isn't just theological comfort food. This is the foundation of real change. God's way out isn't about behavior modification. It's about identity transformation. When you understand that you're not defined by your struggles, but by your standing in Christ, everything shifts. You're not a lustful person trying to be pure. You're a pure person, learning to live from that truth. Now, practical steps matter too. Author Stephen Arterburn, in his book, Every Man's Battle, talks about the power of community and accountability. But notice, even these practical elements work best when they're built on the foundation of knowing who you are in Christ. Think about it this way. If someone gave you $1 million, would you spend your day digging through trash cans looking for food? Of course not. You'd live from the reality of what you already possess. That's exactly what happens when you truly grasp your identity in Christ. The enemy wants you to believe that this struggle defines you, that you're somehow different, that God could never really use someone like you. But that's not God's voice. God's voice says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Real freedom comes through what I call the 3 R's. Recognize the lie that this will satisfy you. Replace it with truth about who God says you are, and rely on His strength, not your own willpower. When Pastor John Piper talks about fighting for joy, he's talking about this exact principle. We don't fight sin by focusing on the sin. We fight it by being captivated by something infinitely better. Here's the truth that can change everything. God isn't waiting for you to get your act together before He loves you. He loves you completely right now in the middle of the mess. And it's that love, not fear, not shame, not trying harder, that has the power to transform you. Your past doesn't disqualify you. Your struggles don't define you. Your failures don't limit God's plan for your life. The same God who created galaxies wants to do a new work in you. Not because you've earned it, but because that's who He is. Freedom isn't just possible. For those in Christ, it's promised. If this resonates with you, I'd love for you to subscribe and join this community of people who believe that God's grace is bigger than our struggles. And here's my question for you. What's one truth about God's character that you need to remember today? Drop it in the comments below. Your answer might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. Remember, you're not fighting for victory. You're fighting from victory that's already been won.